Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Sherny Junita, and now I gonna tell you about short movie about learn English through comedy movie funny English with dialect. So for the first, I gonna tell you about the character of short movie. The character is Mary. Mary is very polite and authoritative. And Mary and Cheryl is very nice, smart, and Bob is funny and kind. Sam, Paul, kind and funny. And Mr. Evan is kind and authoritative. And Mr. Betty is very friendly and smart. And the last, Mr. Rashid. Mr. Rashid is very kind, funny, and ethical. So, for the plot of this short movie is at the beginning there was a Mary's office friend who asked if she could get any information, and then Mary replied that she would do it quickly. And then came Mrs. Betty, and he started talking to Mary and asked Mary's last name, and that indirectly distracted her concentration at work. Mrs. Betty continued to make small talk while waiting. For the next part, Mr. Rashid arrived from India who will tell Paul about etiquette in India. According to Mr. Rashid, in India, men and women cannot touch. And it is better to keep a distance and then say namaste while putting their palms together. Because of following Mr. Rashid, word about ethics in India, Paul fell unwell and felt pain in several parts of the head, neck, and chin, and he was cold. He took too much medicine in one day, so that's what caused him sick, said the doctor. And then the next part, Mr. Evans opened the conversation to all who were there, and Mr. Evans thanks to everyone for helping him fix his mistakes with Mr. Wells, and he asked Cheryl to plan a party for their group next Friday. Next, the setting in restaurant. They all gather at one table and eat. And then Cheryl turned out to be cooking all the dishes suitable to be a chef. Cheryl said that in the past, Bob wanted to be a dancer, but he refused because he felt that dieting was very difficult to do. And Bob said, no more bread and butter. Okay, next part, Mr. Evans. He said he really liked ethics, and Mr. Evans always watched the television about a great television ethic teacher. And the next part, in restaurant again, Cheryl and Bob say they want to plan a wedding. Bob says he really likes small weddings, but Cheryl likes big weddings. He turned to Mary for advice and help. And then came Paul. Bob said he was too tired to go back to the office. And then he plans a difficult wedding he needs a vacation. And then come Mr. Evans. Then everyone goes to the office and wish Mr. Evans a happy holiday in the office. Next part, Mr. Evans and Mrs. BD were talking about holidays. And Mr. Evans offered him to go to the California, but Mrs. Betty didn't want to go there. And the next part in restaurant, Mr. Evans met Bob at the table and asked to join. And then came Paul, Mary, and Cheryl. Then they read a book together with eating food. And then in the final setting, they all gather, sit, and talk. Okay, the next part I gonna tell about setting. Yes, setting for this short movie is office and restaurant. And then for the style the short movie is classic. And the point of view of this movie is the short film is of the comedy genre and has the theme of office work. Discussion of work in the office, which is inserted in a comedy style, makes the working atmosphere very pleasant. There is a kindship between the group and members. And the last part about theme. The theme of this short movie is work in office. I think that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.